Let's check them. 1 is Celestial Halo, Ruby Walsh. 2, Khyber Kim, Paddy Brennan. 3, Muirhead, Paul Carberry. Number 4 is Petit Robin, the mount of AP McCoy. 5, QE2, Dennis O'Regan. Take out 6. 7 is One in the Dark, Davy Russell. And 8, Zaynar, is Barry Garrity. They're the 7 runners.
Yes, and this Dick Francis Aintree Hurdle, your favourite is Zaynar at 6-4. It's 7-2 Khyber Kim, 9-2 Celestial Halo, 9-1 for Muirhead, 10-1 Petit Robin, 14-1 QE2, and 18-1 One in the Dark. What's happened?
The 2nd, 3rd and 4th are all here to do battle over a different distance, 2.5 miles, and a very different course.
It is Claire here at Aintree, and he was triumph winner last year. He's won the Roll Kill and the Ascot Hurdles. He'll get this trip fine.
Now, Khyber Kim obviously has very strong form coming into it. He's a bit of a Cheltenham specialist, though, and I wonder whether this flat course is going to suit him, but I really like Khyber Kim. I think he's got so much talent.
Bit of a quirky horse, isn't he? He can run good races, bad races, but I think Nigel's really found the key to him. He's been running great form this year, 2nd in Champion Hurdle. He does very little work with him, I think, at home, keeps him fresh. And Paddy at the same time will try and keep him covered up in the race.
You can see the stars there on his quarters that have been put on with the brush and the sort of plastic stencil. In the background there, Celestial Halo. Now, we're quite used to seeing this horse make the running and set a real test. He did that at Cheltenham. They're talking about not doing that today.
Yeah, I think there will not be the blitzing that they did at Cheltenham with him. He was possibly a little bit free there. Finishing 4th, 2nd last year. The only thing he ran bad in this race, Claire, last year. So, you just have to have reservations about him.
Yep, the Stewart family have already had a winner this afternoon and earlier in the week with big bucks. Muirhead comes here with Paul Carberry on board. Brilliant jockey, rides very, very short, got fantastic balance. He's going to be on board King John's Castle in the Grand National. Some good runs behind Solwit, Claire, this horse, and he likes good ground, and Noel Mead's very, very happy with him. He's been working well. A couple others in it, Petit Robin being one of them, could just cause an upset, and we've had a few of those. AP McCoy riding here for Nicky Henderson. The last time this horse won over hurdles, actually Nick Fitzgerald won on him, so that tells you how long ago that was. But no, some good form over fences, finished 2nd in the Victor Challenger. Now, talking of causing upsets, QE2 is a horse who most certainly did that. His one run this year was a win against Zaynar, and Zaynar was 14-1 on that occasion. It was a massive turn-up for the books. He beat him fair and square, Claire, and the only thing I'd say, he's a very, very big horse. He just doesn't respect his hurdles quite as much. And he is sweating up a fair bit, not a good sign.
That's it, they're off and running, setting off in this Dick Francis Aintree Hurdle, and QE2 striding on out in the lead here from Petit Robin and Zaynar as they head to the first of 11 flights. And facing up to it now, QE2 with his big lumbering stride takes it well by 4 lengths to in 2nd place. Petit Robin, the grey Zaynar is up in 3rd posse. Further back, Muirhead back on the inside of runners as they settle. Khyber Kim is back in the ruck in company with One in the Dark as they go over the 2nd. And Khyber Kim has dropped towards the rear, absolute last now as they settle down. QE2 the leader from Petit Robin and also Zaynar. Up in 4th is Celestial Halo, ridden in behind today from Muirhead. They're followed next on the outside by One in the Dark and Khyber Kim, and they're going at a good even pace as they leave the back.
They certainly are, Jim. It's I think all these lads will be delighted to see this QE2 bowling along and going a good even pace. Petit Robin, as Richard Dunwoody said, I was the last one to win him over hurdles. He felt to me like a very good hurdler, but they could be setting the race up for the stayers in here, the likes of Zaynar.
And QE2 today striking a lot livelier ground than that famous race at Kelso.
Yeah, he's a different horse on this sort of surface. I think there's more speedy ones behind him.
Coming into the home straight, they've got 3 flights to jump on this section of the course, and heading over flight number 3 overall, QE2 by 2 lengths. To Petit Robin in 2nd in the yellow cap, the grey is Zaynar, then back in 4th is Celestial Halo, followed by Muirhead as they head over the 4th. Then on the outside, One in the Dark, and last is Khyber Kim, as all the time they're heading up the home straight now with well over a circuit to go. Out in front, QE2 for Dennis O'Regan, leads by 2 or 3 lengths. He rides Black Appalachian later in the night. International. In second, Petit Raban, all back in the field there. On the outside, One in the Dark wasn't fluent. As they race up with the circuit to go, though, it's QE2 lumbering along in front here from Petit Raban and Zaynar. Then Celestial Halo in behind, followed by Muirhead. And they're followed by Khyber, Kim, and One in the Dark. And Celestial Halo switched off in behind today.
He looks very comfortable to me. They made a bold decision today not to make the running with him. Probably went a fraction too fast at Cheltenham, but this race, there's still an awful lot to play for.
Certainly is, as they go down the back and about to enter the back straight. And the leader, QE2, in the famous Wiley colours, leads from Petit Raban. Then in third, the grey Zaynar, who's had a good run throughout. A length and a half further back then is Celestial Halo from Muirhead as they come to the sixth. Further back in the field then is Khyber, Kim, and One in the Dark as they continue their journey down towards flight number 7. QE2 on the inside, matching strides here as they race towards this one down the back. On the outside, Petit Raban, and just in behind them is Zaynar in company with Celestial Halo as they meet the middle one down the back. Muirhead is next from Khyber, Kim, and out the back is One in the Dark as they race now towards 4 out. And on the inside, it's QE2. The outside is Petit Raban. They're almost together as they meet 4 out. Zaynar in behind them is still very handy and going okay, but now being rousted along. Celestial Halo starting to move into it stylishly, followed by Muirhead on the inside now as they prepare to leave the back, and Khyber, Kim is making ground as well.
Yeah, if you back Zaynar, you look like you're in a little bit of trouble here. Barry Geraghty having to work very hard. Paul Carberry, he sat as still as a church mouse. Paddy Brennan on Khyber, Kim, he seems to be fairly comfortable too.
Well, Zaynar's hit his flat spot. Let's see if he can pick up. Petit Raban gets his neck in front round the turn from QE2. They're followed by Celestial Halo moving up well. Zaynar on the inside. Then Khyber, Kim who goes well. Muirhead is next at a long gap then to One in the Dark as they straighten up for home in the Dick Francis Aintree Hurdle. Petit Raban on the inside being grabbed now by Celestial Halo. And then Khyber, Kim sitting in behind going well. He's riding confidently. Then Muirhead and Zaynar. 2 left to jump now. Celestial Halo. He dived at it and he's gone. He's gone, Celestial Halo. Very heavy fall for Ruby Walsh as they race up now with 1 left to jump. Khyber, Kim takes it up from Petit Raban. And then on the outside, Muirhead. 1 left to jump. Khyber, Kim bounded to the lead. He's gone 4 or 5 lengths in front. In second, Petit Raban, then followed by Muirhead. A gap then to Zaynar and One in the Dark, and further back QE2. But Khyber, Kim, runner-up at Cheltenham, but he's going to get the money today. Paddy Brennan punching out Khyber, Kim. He wins the Dick Francis Aintree Hurdle in good style. In second was Muirhead. Tight third, maybe Zaynar getting up from One in the Dark and Petit Raban, and behind them is QE2. The riderless Celestial Halo gallops away behind the field. And looking down the track now, just seeing, looking for Ruby Walsh.
Second, number 3.
He got up okay, and now he's gone and he's sitting down just inside the rail.
Yeah, it looked like One in the Dark has stood right on the top of him, and I do not like the look of this. This does not look good for Ruby Walsh. He looks hurt to me.
Well, absolute drama here. Going so well, but he dived at the flight, Celestial Halo. Absolutely dived. He was going particularly well throughout. Ruby, of course, down to ride. Big fella, thanks. But what's the procedure now, Mick?
Really, it's a case of just wait and see. You can see they're bringing a stretcher, the screens in here, and Ruby's, thankfully, he's able to walk, but there's something just not quite right. You can see the back of his colours. You can see here now, Celestial Halo, Ruby, he's got his pedal to the metal. You can just see there's no stride there, but this horse, he's just dived. He's almost caught his feet in it, and he's done very well, this horse, not to be seriously injured. But you can just see One in the Dark coming behind, tramps all over him, and I think he's hit him in the back of the shoulder. And for me, I wouldn't, that does not look good.
Now, Ruby Walsh is behind that screen. That's a protective measure that officials take here, whether it's horses or riders. They put that screen up, and it's just so that the person there can enjoy some privacy behind that screen tour. We'll have news of Ruby as soon as we possibly can.